Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time stopping by here, you're welcome. My name is Grace, and on this YouTube channel I share sewing tutorials. So in today's tutorial we are going to be learning how to make a reversible crop shirt. That is a crop shirt that you can wear both sides. So there's no wrong side in this particular shirt. You can wear the front and you can also wear the back, the inside rather. So if this is something that you are interested in, then sit back and watch this video to the end. Also note that you are going to be needing two faces of fabric, that is two fabric with different prints on them, preferably a non-stretchy fabric to make your work easier. So as for me, I'm making use of the Ankara fabric to make this crop shirt. So with no further ado, let's get into the video and start learning. So this is the Ankara fabric that I'm going to be using for one side of the shirt, and I folded my fabric into two like this, making sure it's wide enough to accommodate my round bust measurements and also some inches when folded into four. So I'm going to take a straight line from top of the fabric, and this straight line is going to serve as the shoulder line. Then from that shoulder line I will take my other measurement. So I'm going to be taking my chest line at 8.5 inches. So to get your chest line, divide your bust circumference by 6 and add 1.5 or 2 inches to that. Then after that I'm going to be taking my bust point measurement at 10.5 inches. And I'm going to draw a straight line across. Then I'm also going to take the measurement of how long I want this crop shirt to be. So I want it to be like 18 inches long, and to that I'm going to be adding 1.5 extra inch. That's to fold it at the edge. Next, I'm going to place my shoulder measurement divided by 2 on both the shoulder line and also on the chest line, and I'll connect those two together. Let us have it in mind that this is the back part of the shirt that we are cutting first. So for the neck width I used 3 inches, and for the neck depth I used just 1 inch, and I'm going to connect those two together like that. So from the top of this straight line I will come down by 1 inch, and I'll connect that with a slant to the neck area. So on my chest line I'm going to be placing my bust measurement divided by 4, and I'm going to be adding some inches to that. My bust measurement is 36. I'm going to add 3 to that, giving me 39. 39 divided by 4, I'm going to place it on my chest line, and I'll add 2 inches allowance. This is because this shirt is going to be very free. So I'm going to create an armhole curve for this back, and at the top length area I'm going to be placing the same measurements that I have on the chest line. This is because this shirt doesn't need any form of shaping, so we don't need to place the exact waist measurement. It's going to be free from up to down. So I'll just go ahead and cut out this pattern just like I drew it with the chalk like this. And when I get to that shoulder area, I'm going to add 1/2 inch for stitching of that shoulder area, and then I'll cut the neckline also. So this is what we have on the back pattern. Then I'm going to go ahead and place this on another piece of same fabric to cut out the front. So I made sure that fabric is a little bit wider, and that folded edge is going to carry the side that is wider. So I'm going to be adding 2 inches allowance from that folded edge of the back. So these 2 inches that I'm adding now is so that the front will be able to accommodate the buttons. So this is the space for button that I'm adding for the front. Now on the neckline I'll go down by 3 inches for the depth and 3 inches for the width, just like we have on the back, and that's just the difference of the back to the front. So I'm going to cut out what I have now, making sure that I cut everything out exactly except for the neck area and the button allowance area. So once I was done, this is what I have. So this is the front and that's the back. So I will use this first fabric now to cut out the second fabric that we are going to be using for this shirt. So this doesn't require much work. I'm just going to trace exactly what I have both on the front and the back for the fabric that I'll be using for the other side of this shirt. So this is just me cutting out the front part also, just exactly the way the first fabric was cut. So after I was done, I will go ahead to cut the sleeve also. So this fabric is already folded into 4. Then after marking a straight line at the top, I'm also going to mark how long I want the sleeve to be. So I'm just going to be using a very short sleeve for this shirt. Now at the other side here, I will come down by about 2 inches and measure that. Then from the corner of the center front, I'll just create a curve for my armhole. So on the sleeve length here, I'm going to be placing my round sleeve measurement divided by 4, and I'll add like 2 inches to that because it's going to be very free. So I'm just cutting out my short sleeve, as you can see. So after cutting this out, I'll also cut this sleeve on the other fabric, the other Ankara print that we are using. I'm also going to cut it out on it. So after I was done, this is what I have. So I'll just go ahead and notch the center part of all the 4 sleeves. So I have 4 sleeves in total. Now it's time to start joining the pieces together. So on the first print of Ankara fabric, I'm going to place the front and the back together like this, right sides facing each other, and I'll head ahead to the sewing machine to join that shoulder area and the sides. So I'm going to join the side by 1 inch and the shoulder area by half an inch. So after doing that, this is what I have here, and I also did the same exact thing on the other piece of Ankara fabric. I joined the front and the back together. So after doing this, I'm going to turn my shirt to the right side, and I'm going to take the measurement of what I have around the neck. This is so that I'll be able to cut out the collar. So just take your tape measure and measure around what you have on the neck from one side to the other. So I have 23 inches on this, and I'm going to be deducting 4 from that while I'm working on my collar. I will explain why I did that later. So on this piece of fabric, I'm going to be cutting out my collar, and 19 divided by 2 will give me 9.5. I'm going to place that on the edge, and I'll measure how long I want my collar to be, I mean how wide. So I'll want it to be 3 inches wide, then I'll add half inch to that for joining, and I'll just measure 3.5 inches all the way like that. So I'll connect those points now with a straight line, and I will extend my hand to the other edge. I'll make sure it's like 2 inches longer than the 9.5 I have done, and I'll just give it a collar shape, as you can see. So I'm going to cut this out now. So this is going to serve as the collar at the neck of the shirt. So as I cut out this print, I'm going to cut out the other print also. So after doing that, this is what I have. I cut it out exactly the same manner, and I'm going to be ironing a very soft fusible interfacing on the both of them, so that it's gonna give the collar a little bit of strength. So I'm just trimming off the excesses from the interfacing, and now it's time to join the collar to the neck. So remember that we took out 4 inches earlier from the length of the neck. So on each side of the neck, I'm going to be taking 2 inches away. So I marked those 2 inches, and from that point I'll start to fix my collar. So see, the side that I'm joining is the side that is smaller. The other side is going to be at the top. I hope you understand. So I'm just using my pins to fix my collar all around the neck. So this is to make sure that whatever we have on the collar and the neck matches each other and the measurement is correct. So I'm going to fix it all the way to that other 2-inch point. So can you see that it matches exactly the place it's supposed to be? So I'll go ahead to my sewing machine and use half an inch to join this together now. And I'll also do the same thing with the other collar and the shirt. So this is what it looks like when I was done on both sides. The next thing now is to fix the sleeve on the shirts. So I'll just arrange my shirt like this, and I'm going to bring out the sleeve. Then I'll take the measurement of what I have on my armhole area on both sides. So whatever measurement I have here, I'm going to place it on my sleeve area. I'm going to place it on the sleeve rather, and I'll mark that on that curvy area, and on the down part I'm going to just determine how wide I want that to be and connect them together. So I'll head ahead to the sewing machine now to sew that chalk line down on the sleeves. So when I was done sewing it, this is what I have. I'll turn it to the right side and I'll join it to the armhole area. So I'm joining the places that have joinings together first, then I'll proceed to join it all the way around with my pins. So that side that is notched is going to be exactly at the top of the sleeve. So there are a lot of methods to fix your sleeve. I just prefer using this method. So if you have another method, you can go ahead and use it. So after fixing it with my pins all around like this, I'll go ahead to the sewing machine and sew it down with 1/2 inch. I'll do the same thing on the other sleeve and also on the other pattern of Ankara that we have. So after fixing the sleeves, this is what the both side of the shirts looks like. Now it's time to join them together and they become one. So I'm placing them right sides facing each other like this and making sure that the sleeves are inside while I match them up. So I'll just go ahead and match it up from the collar area, making sure everything is matched up in the same manner. So this is like the very most important parts of this shirts joining together, because every area must be equal, both the top, the side and the down parts of the shirt. So I'm just going to use my pins to secure everywhere to make sure everywhere is very equal. So after I've done this, now I'll head ahead to the sewing machine to join all these together on the corners, the top and the sides. The only place I'm not going to join is the down part. I'm going to leave the down part open to turn it over at the end of the day. So using 1/2 inch, I'll go ahead to sew all the sides together. So I'm starting from the top, and when I get to those corners, I'm going to be very careful with how I sew them, because they could turn out to be problematic at the end of the day. So just take your time while you are doing this and sew it all the way around. Once you are done with one side, proceed to sew the other side also. Just make sure every side is very equal and you are good to go. So after I was done, I head over to the table again and I'm going to notch this all the way around to make sure that when I flip it over, when I turn it, it's not going to be having edges that are going to be rumpled. So make sure that you notch all the corners very well. So once you are done with the notching, just turn it to the other side. So I'm just turning the shirt to the other side now, and I'll make sure that I push all the corners out. So you can do that with the assistance of your scissors. Then you head ahead to iron this out. So ironing is also very important because everything is supposed to stay together very firmly. So I'm just going to iron this all the way around before I work on the next thing. So be careful with the corners. Iron and iron. So when I was done ironing, this is what the shirt looks like. So can you see how beautiful and flat it also looks on the other side? So now it's time to work on the sleeves, because the sleeves are not yet secured. There are still rough edges on the sleeve area. So now to work on the sleeve area, I'm just going to turn the shirt to myself like this, and I'm going to bring one of the sleeves out. The first layer of the sleeve, I'm going to bring it out like this, and I'll also bring the second one out. So pay attention in this side. This side is very important. Then I'm going to match the joining of the sleeves together, right sides facing each other. So make sure that they are facing each other and the joinings are matching up each other in order to have an equal and even distribution when you are pinning this down. So it is better that you pin this down all the way around first before you go ahead to the sewing machine and sew it down. So just pin it around, right sides facing each other. Don't forget that after you bring the two out, you are going to pin them right sides facing each other, and you are going to test it if your hand is going to go through that. So if your hand can go through it like this, you are on the right track. So you can bring them out again, then you head ahead to the sewing machine and sew it all the way around. Then you also do the same thing for the other sleeve. So after I was done, this is what I have. The sleeve is now secured on both sides. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this a good press now to make sure that side is also looking really nice. So our shirt is already taking shape and it's looking really beautiful. Just like I said, ironing is very important part of making this shirt, because you need to have those two fabrics together laying flat. Okay, so after I was done, I turned it again to the other side of the fabric, and you see how beautiful this is. So what I'm going to do now is that to secure this down part, I'm going to be using this hemming gum like this. So I'm going to place this hemming gum on the edge of the shirt, and I'm going to cover it up like this with 1 inch. The hemming gum is always like 1 inch, and I'm going to use my iron to secure that down all the way around. So we are almost done with this shirt actually. So I'm going to do that all the way around, and when I was done, this is what I have. See how beautiful this is coming out. And the next thing now is either to use the same hemming gum again, or to give this a top stitch, or you can even do the both. So I think I'm going to be doing the both. I'm just going to place the hemming gum in between first shirt and the second shirt, and I'm going to iron it again, making sure that the hemming gum is very close to the edge, and making sure that all the stitches align together as I do that. So after I was done, this is what I have. So can you see that it's not gonna open, but just to be very sure again that this is not gonna open up, can give it a top stitch all the way. So and that's it for the shirt. The only thing that is actually left now is to fix the buttons, and this is also an important part. So on this side I'm going to fix the button, and on the other side I will create button holes actually, and I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to fix the buttons on the both sides so that you are going to get it. So I fixed 3 already. Now to fix the last one, I'm going to place 2 buttons together. I'm going to place them together on each side. I'll make sure they are together, and I'm going to sew it together, so that way we are going to be having the buttons both on the first side and the second side. So it is very important to do the buttons like this so that one side is not going to be lacking button. And I've already created a button hole on the other side that is going to serve for the 2 sides of the shirt. I hope you understand this. So just go ahead and fix your buttons. So after I was done, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead and button this up. Actually at this point it can be a little bit tedious because the buttons are on both sides, but it's absolutely possible to button it up. So can you see how it looks on both sides? So this is how beautiful the reversible shirt is looking, and this is just an up close view of the shirts and the buttons. Another thing that I like about this particular design is that when you are wearing one side of the shirts, the color is going to be another shade of Ankara, so it's really looking beautiful. And this is the final look of the reversible shirt on me. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I drop helpful tutorials. Bye.